Brilliant. Apparently they're very good eating. Okay. Very tasty fish. Now below these Arctic char, this is the best bit, okay, below the Arctic char live ferox. Yes, ferox. Sounds good, it sounds evil. They are. These are like 5 to 6 feet long cannibalistic trout. Okay, brilliant. Okay, these fish, these ferox, they go down, munch each other. All the time, munching, and then at breeding season, they swim up to the surface, they get some hanky-panky down, and eat normal fish for a while, and then dive back down to their depths and start eating each other again. Brilliant! Well done. You bunch of nutters. So they're pretty impressive. Big fish. Then apparently they're not good eating. And below those, right towards the bottom of Loch Ness, you have 10-meter long eels. Those are big eels. Okay, so try and imagine it. If one of them comes up to the surface, see one of them swimming across the surface. They rarely do. I think only about 2 have been spotted at the surface ever. Swimming along the surface, you could be mistaken for thinking it was Nessie. Bottom line. Okay, and of course Nessie does live in the Loch. Okay, the biology. Now, another thing that helps with the mystery of Nessie is the fact that Loch Ness is permadark. And you're maybe looking at the water there, and it's very dark, okay, very black coloured. When you're on a boat and stuff, when it's quite smooth, and you're looking in the bow waves and stuff, you get a sort of feeling that you're like looking straight into oil. It's very weird, and permadark because of all the peat sediment. So I was telling you about peat on Skye, how they chop it out of the ground. Basically, there's somewhere in the realms of about 200 rivers that flow into Loch Ness, and they've all been going through these peaty hillsides, picking up the peat sediment, picking up the coloration of the peat, and dumping it into Loch Ness. Meaning that if you go 10 feet down in Loch Ness, you have zero visibility. Okay, you can't see anything past 10 feet deep. So that's mysterious. Okay. So, quick show of hands, people. Who thinks the Loch Ness Monster is a tourist trap? You skeptical bastards. Okay. Would it help, or maybe change your mind a touch, or maybe think twice, if I told you when the first sighting of Nessie was?
Go on, tell us.
565 AD, first sighting of Nessie.
How have they proven that?
Because it's written. It is written down.
And the ancient sea scrolls.
It is written by none other than St. Columba, a man of the cloth and a saint, so how can he lie? Now, his diaries are in the Vatican, and the Vatican won't release them to Scotland, because, let's face it, can't we just, rip out that page? Go on, just let us rip out that page.
Can I ask you a question? Do they think there's lots of Nessies who make those Nessie babies, or do they think it's one Nessie who's got the elixir of life?
I'll get onto that in a second, but good question. There's No, you've not called me out or anything. I'm just trying to work it out in my head, my stories, there's a guy called Ricky, okay? And Ricky is one of the foremost experts on Loch Ness. Okay? He does the Loch Ness cruise. And he's been living here and studying Loch Ness for about 25 years. And he's been given copious amounts of money by various organisations, such as NASA. And yes, he's been given money by NASA. He's been given money from various universities across the world to do research.
That's crazy.
Okay. And well, Ricky is a marine biologist who I don't know how this is possible, but he's specialised in mythological creatures. Who is that? Specialised in mythological creatures. I don't get how you can do that, but you know. It's like, I'm going to specialise in mythological creatures because I want to do nothing. That cairn, by the way, on the right hand side that we just passed is for a guy called John Cobb. He came here in 1952 to break the world water speed record. First run, he annihilated it. It was standing at about 198 miles an hour in 1952, and then he annihilated it by doing 220. But you have to do 2 runs for the Guinness Book of Records to recognise it, because you have to take an average. And on his second run, his boat basically flipped, exploded, and he was never found. Bits of his boat were, but he was never found. It's believed that Nessie caused the crash.
Ah.
I've seen Nessie signs on the right. And this up on your left hand side is Nessie netting. Okay, this helps it when Nessie gets out of the loch and has to climb up the side to lay its eggs. Okay, I'll keep telling you a wee bit more about Nessie in a second, because we're gonna stop very shortly for a photo opportunity on Loch Ness, and you're gonna stop for a photo opportunity at Urquhart Castle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's the largest ruined castle in Scotland. Now, Urquhart Castle, it was built to basically protect against